Our final debate of the night. We'll do this, and then we will have one more quick draw round. So, here's our question. What's the best way to fight radical Islam? Hayden, you say with hard power. Military force is the only thing our enemies respect. Owen, you say no. In fact, soft power works better. Diplomatic and economic solutions offer the best chance of success. You have 5 minutes to begin your opening statement. Go. And so, celebrity judge, this will be your last tour of duty for these next 3 sections. Hayden, we begin with you. Hard power is the only way to fight radical Islam. 2 minutes. Tell me now. Go.
All right. As my esteemed colleague Calder said, you can only fight these people who support radical Islam with hard power because that's the only thing they'll listen to. If you come and fight them with the same power that they use, and you use more power than them because America has the most powerful army in all of the world right now, if you use more power than them and show them really who is boss and the right way to do things, they will end up respecting you and they will stop their fight. The problem is commonly the public will think to withdraw and try and calm down and, as my grandpa always said, sit down and have a cup of coffee with them and talk with them. But that doesn't work in this sort of situation because you have to show them who is boss so they will sit down and have a conversation with you and sort of understand that they cannot come out and attack these U.S. citizens because this is America and that will not go.
Okay. Strong words. Owen, soft power. You disagree with Mr. Brightsman. 2 minutes. Tell me why.
I disagree with him because David Petraeus came up with a strategy called of COIN, and that it's going to protect the local population. And if we protect the local population instead of like what Hayden said, it's just blow them off the face of the earth, we'll get inside the local population, and they will trust us, so they will tell us where they are like stationed and where they are working from, which will lead to us knowing more in less civilian lives instead of what Hayden is thinking and just throwing a bomb somewhere and hoping that it will get the army.
Okay. Hayden, counterpoint. We've talked about this occasionally in class, and it happened in Iraq. What about mission creep? That is, the military was assigned a task of invading and conquering Iraq, which they did in 3 weeks' time, at the cost of only 139 KIA. As we've also talked about in this section, it was the insurgency that lasted another 6 years after that took the lives of 4,000 Americans. So certainly more than we anticipated committing. Then that violence spills over into Syria, once we withdraw from Iraq, probably into Lebanon. So does that mean we have to go into every country where instability threatens? Syria, for example, with the refugee crisis. Does that mean we are committed to go there as well to stop that crisis? Maybe Turkey, maybe Lebanon. Where does it end? You have 1 minute to respond.
It indeed does. We need to keep going into an area and invade an area until American citizens' lives are not at risk anymore. And to touch on his point that he made of the counterinsurgencies, they'll sit down and listen if you establish a friendship with them. Yes, that may happen, but as you witnessed firsthand when the man gave you information, it turned right around and it bit him because whoever was there and whoever was a threat to him now probably retaliated against him, and he is probably no longer in the most ideal state. So trying to reason with them before they understand who's boss and who will come and get them is not the most ideal situation.
Okay. By not ideal, you mean dead.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That is not ideal. You're correct.
Yeah.
Okay, the counterpoint, Owen, to soft power. Last week, a report emerged from Iraq that ISIS had taken 20-plus Iraqis they believe collaborated with us and with the Iraqi government and dipped them in nitric acid until their organs dissolved. That was their special form of execution. Given the fact that that's the enemy, isn't Hayden right? Isn't a knife in the throat what they need more?
Not
than a
necessarily
talk?
because,
You have a minute.
not necessarily because, like what AJ was saying, we got our information from those people. We got the information that we needed, and it may sound not good, but we don't really care about them after that. They gave us the information that we needed, and also, even with, if we just drop a bomb, not only were we killing civilians, just like in Hiroshima when the U.S. dropped the atomic bomb on Japan, there was effects there's still effects from cancers from the radiation caused by the bomb.
Hayden, your rebuttal.
Well, as you said, establishing a friendship with them is our key point so that they will give us information. Establishing a friendship and then turning around and killing them. That's the point he is touching on. That's the point he wants to make here. He's going against himself in this situation due to the fact that he's saying we need to fight them with soft power, but turning around and letting them die immediately is okay.
Okay, by the way, Judge, did you get a counterpoint to his?
No.
Did we miss that? Okay, all right, let me go back to that. I thought I skipped that, sorry. Okay, so the counterpoint was mission creep, and I forgot to give you your rebuttal to him, didn't I? Is that right, Judge? Okay, so, sorry, but in a minute again, mission creep, as I gave you the counterpoint, and then I'd forgotten Owen's rebuttal for a minute. So state that again, and Owen, you'll have 1 minute to respond to him.
Okay,
go
mission
ahead.
creep should go on until American citizens' lives are not at risk and they don't have a chance to attack more American citizens. And then he touched on the point of he said something about creating friendships, and I said like you have to establish those friendships, and then when the guy established the friendship and he told you the information, he ended up dead because whatever he said wasn't liked by the people who he was telling it about, and they turned around and killed him immediately.
Okay, now your rebuttal to that, Owen, for 1 minute. Begin.
Okay, but if you're saying killing him and saying we don't really care anymore is wrong for me, what you're arguing with hard power is just blow them up right away. And you could be hurting the local population, and they're just gone. And with our strategy, we don't know if they'll get killed. It's after they have talked to us, and it was not by an American army who killed them. In your case, it's the American bomber just coming in, blowing up a certain area, and killing parts of the local population. With counterinsurgency, it's talking to the local people, and then coming off their information, but we don't know what will happen to them in the future.
Okay. Judge, do you have everything you need? All right.